non-alphabetic, non-numeric character, or one kind of there's no set parameters. It's just whatever, So I'm kind of surprised that there aren't better security measures as far as that's concerned.
Should they do that?
I kind of think so, yeah. I mean, I work in a business where everything that I do prompts me to change passwords, every 2 to 3 months or whatever, and it's really annoying, but I understand why they do it. It's to try to keep it fresh so that it can't be hacked.
Sure.
So I'm surprised that a bank wouldn't do the same thing.
Okay.
I think it goes back to your statement earlier, too, the questions that they are asking are not indicative of their intent to protect anything.
Right.
It's like a blanket.
It's just better for you to remember. What are the questions that we can use for security reasons for you to remember, not necessarily something that's harder for someone else to figure out.
I mean, mine tells me, when I log into the website, it'll tell me how many times I've failed to log in since my last good login, which is normal because I can see, I screwed it up twice, or somebody else screwed it up twice.
Sure.
But it's just as possible that, because I've done it before, I know the other Kyle Gaines that logs into this bank he's probably forgotten his letter, or I've added that letter, and he saw that somebody tried to break into his account, but it was just me going too fast.
Got it. Okay. So maybe it's secure, could be more secure. There are things that the bank could be doing to assure you that your information is protected.
But that goes back to what he said, though. I'm more worried about the information the bank has about me than my money. My money's insured. My credit card is covered up to, there's laws covering all of my monies. But if my Social Security and my phone number get out there, then they can open new accounts in a minute or less as me.
Right.
That's a problem.
Is there something the bank should be doing about that?
I think, I'm not sure how to think about it yet, but I think it's a federal regulatory thing that needs to happen. Similar to the EU.
Got it. So it should happen on a federal level?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think their data is the next big commodity.
Okay.
And
it is the big commodity.
I mean, it's monetized.
Okay.
And individuals don't own their own data. In Europe, they do.
Got it. So, from your perspective as a group, what should your banks be doing to make sure that...
Proactive about it, I guess. Or be... a lot of multinational corporations are adhering to the EU versions of those laws. The banks aren't operating overseas, so they don't have to.
Got it.
So if a local bank wants to go and reach those levels and be proactive about it, I think that's a positive step.
Okay. So if they're a little more proactive about
data security.
About data security, that would be helpful. Okay. So hold on to that, because I would love to hear a little bit more later about how we think we might do that. Not systematically, we don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to move us back to here just to make sure we don't miss anyone's thoughts. So did anyone else have an experience where they were setting up any sort of online access or online banking? Nope? Okay. Set up mobile access. You've got a green dot there. Talk to me about that.
I think that was easier than, because I already had an account. You just type in your name and password, and you're good to go. And again, I could use my fingerprint, which saves me the time of typing if I really wanted to.
Okay.
It was just easy. I mean, it was simple.
Got it. And were you still in the branch when you did this, or was this somewhere else?
I had left at that point in time. But I can deposit. The mobile app's important to me because I can deposit my check without having to go into the branch.
Okay.
And it's faster than the bank could deposit me in that instance.
Okay. So you checked that out, and you said originally you did that. Make sure mobile deposit was working. You could see it. Okay. Anything happen after that? Or is that the end?
Just business as usual from then on out.
Business as usual, okay. Who haven't we got here? So it looks like, Leah, you have at least one more thing here. After you got to the point where, well, you signed some documents, you weren't able to electronically sign everything. What happened then?
As far as after that part, I mean, I received a call from the person that we were working with, asking when I would be back in, and then I returned to sign the documents electronically.
Okay. Did you write that down?
I did.
May I have it?
You sure can.
Okay.
That's the call, and then
That's the call.
where I signed the documents.
Okay. So from your perspective, is that part of the account opening process for you, or was that after?
That's part of the opening for me.
Okay. So you received a call. Let's see where we are here. You have 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Yep. So you received a call, and then you returned to the branch to sign electronically. Okay. Any thoughts on that?
Just, again, that I had to return back to the location to sign the documents. And then the frustration, which I didn't really know quite how to write that down, but the frustration about not being able to get a card or have a card issued to me because of whatever confusion she had had.
And did you say that was a system issue? Was that a banker issue? Not sure.
I'm not sure.
Okay, got it.
I don't see why I would not have been able to have another debit card for that. And it's kind of been a nuisance because, we're trying to keep even all medical expenses and everything in that account. So if I need to pay a medical bill, I have to go onto the website to get my checking account number or whatever because I don't have a debit card to use to pay that bill.
Gotcha. So extra steps at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what happened after this? Still waiting on a debit card, so we don't have that.
Yeah.
But
I actually, after everything was supposed to have been said and done, I went onto my mobile app to make sure that I had access to all of the accounts and could see it. So,
Okay. And did you have access?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. And so that's after we said.
Yep.
Okay. How was that experience?
Very easy.
Easy?
I have the mobile app on my phone.
Okay.
I have it set up for fingerprint, so as long as it feels like reading my fingerprint the right way at the time, then I can get right in and I can see all 3 of our accounts, our 2 checking and our 1 savings.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So overall, anything we haven't talked about that you want to add to this? Anything that happened that just you thought of as other people were speaking? No? Okay. So what I would like to do just super quickly, and I'll give you a break soon, I promise, is when you think about the experience that you went through, what parts of this for you took the most time?
For me, just the whole signing process.
Okay. And that took several days, it sounded like. Okay. So we have a lot of time here. Anything else that sticks out to you as having taken a lot of time?
Mine was going to the bank.
Okay. So actually sitting at the bank and opening the account. Is that throughout the whole process, or was there something in particular that took a long time? I'll get out of your way. I realize I'm directly in your line.
No, you're fine. I'm just carrying liquid for a little while, I think.
Cool.
It's just their process.
Okay.
But not knowing what I needed was probably the root cause of why I consumed more time than I should have.
Okay. Got it. So, not knowing what you needed. If they did, so you didn't know what you needed, or they didn't?
They knew exactly what I needed, but that list wasn't. I could have called the 1-800.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So yeah.
So the list, okay, got it. And then one more thing I want to run by you. When were there instances that you had to use paper in the process? Did you sign anything, take anything with you, those paper?
I had to sign the hard copy signature pages, whatever they were.
Okay. So you signed...
For no reason.
That's right. So you signed these. Okay, so you signed them for no reason, and that's a red dot. So they were on paper. Is that okay?
It wouldn't have mattered to me if that would have been all that I needed to do. But
Okay.
I felt like that was pointless that they even asked or, suggested that I do that for them to scan it in when they were just going to make me come back in anyways.
Got it.
Like, we waited for that entire process when we probably could have left a good 10, 15 minutes sooner.
Okay, got it. So maybe would have been fine if you just signed the paper, but because you had to come back and sign really the same forms?
I don't really, I would assume so.
Okay.
Essentially, it was just my signature for the account.
Got it, okay. So you had to come back and sign what is maybe even the same exact forms electronically that you signed in hard copies
Right.
here. Okay, so paper would have been okay, but in this case, no, because you had to sign electronically.
And I think that's weird, though, and this is just me, but, when you e-signed, did you get to see the paper that you were e-signing?
She had the screen.
Okay. I didn't get the screen or anything. I just got this little box.
Yeah.
It's like, just write your name here.
Right.
Whereas, I signed a contract, I want to read it. So I asked for the paper so I could have this thing to read at.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
being asked just to, hey, put your name here,
Right.
definitely happened. And I'm going, wow,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
So when do you want paper then? You said when you're signing a contract. Is that during account opening or is that something else?
Anytime that anytime that I need to sign my name onto something, I need to be able to read and see what it is I'm signing.
Okay.
I
So should that be paper or you just want to be able to see it?
I don't care if it's paper.
Okay.
At the branch where I was at, there is no good medium for providing me a screen to read.
Gotcha.
Everybody has their little desks with all their little knickknacks. It's not like on the stand. That's like when you're at like a bar, they've got a tablet that they can just hand to me and I can walk off.
Right, or
When I
there
was
should
at
be
bank,
a
it's
tablet that's sitting there so
impossible.
you can see what they see or something.
Yeah.
Or kind of like at a grocery store even, where you can kind of see the items that are being scanned.
Everywhere else does a better job of giving you
Right.
a screen.
Right.
Right, yeah, even in the financial aid office, he has dual monitors that one monitor is facing him, the other monitor is facing. It does not have to be that ridiculous.
Right.
Okay. So you said they do a better job of that in the grocery store? Is that what I heard?
Everywhere. If you go to, like I said, if you go to a bar, they're like, I bought mulch, and everything for me to buy mulch was on a tablet that he typed in, and he spun it around and was like, here, sign.
Right. Yeah.
But I was at the bank, I didn't get to see the screen. I had to ask for it, and then I got this little signy pad,
Yeah.
And it was like, I just don't like that whole, trust me.
Got it. Okay, so if it's on paper, great. If not, great. But you want to be able to see it, so if you want to read it, you can.
Yes.
Is that okay? Okay, that's helpful. All right, before we take a break, I have one more task for you. So when we walked through this process, there were areas that maybe were a little more frustrating than others, things that took a little bit more time. What I would like to do now, before I let you go for 5 minutes, is I have these purple stickers with exclamation points on them. And these stickers are going to represent areas in the process where it could have been enhanced by technology. So you don't have to restrict yourself to your own experiences. If there's something you identified in the conversation where you were like, wow, this really could have been helped if, I don't know, if there was a tablet or another computer or something like that, go ahead and put a sticker on it. And then we're going to come back and talk about that a little bit later. But any area in the process that needed a little help and technology maybe could have helped that, or even if it went okay but could have been better with technology. Okay? So I'm going to pass those out to you. Invite you up here. Go ahead and take a couple of minutes and just kind of walk through the different steps in the process and just place those right up here wherever they go.
Do we have to put anything down? From my experience, it wasn't.
You don't have to. This is an optional exercise.
Mine was really positive.
Okay. So yeah, if there's nothing that you experienced that you think could have been enhanced by technology in any way? You don't have to.
I think it was more, I think we found, at least listening to people, it was more like there was a breakdown in the intersection in between. So like for me, it was, I tried to use older technology by calling the call center, but then wasn't able to do what I wanted, which was not a big deal. Or like when we signed coffee, when they signed copies.
Sure.
But then it wasn't able to be recorded as electronically. I don't know. Do you want me to do that?
If that's something that stands out to you, sure. And we are going to talk about it and see if maybe there's something we can do to make it better. But if you don't feel like that's something that you want to do, you don't have to. Totally optional. Awesome. Okay, and once you're done, go ahead, take about 5 minutes. If you want to stretch your legs, use the restroom, get more water.
Where is the restroom, if you don't mind me asking?
So if you go out to that second exit sign and then keep walking until you hit the glass doors, take a left, and then yours is going to be on the left-hand side.
Mine is going to be on the right.
And yours is going to be, yep. Okay.
No, I feel like I've run into you before in my life. I'm just trying to place it. I don't know why. You have a very distinct voice. Or maybe you have a very common one, but I don't think so.
go, everyone? So, thank you very much for kind of helping me get an overview of what your account opening experience was like. I think this is going to help us kind of build a foundation for what I'm hoping you'll help me create. So, my team, basically, has been tasked with taking this experience that you've detailed here and making it awesome. So to do that, I'm hoping to get your feedback on some of the things that we could do to get to that point where it's awesome. So what I'd like to do first is start with an individual activity again. I'm going to give you another canvas. It's going to look very similar to the first one you had, except you'll notice, for the most part, this is blank, right? And along with this canvas, this is where we have craft time. I'm going to give everyone a couple different types of stickers. So the first of these stickers are words that you can use or not. Okay, thank you.
Just land and we'll keep rolling.
All right, keep it rolling. To describe the experience. So those will be the ones you see in blue. Okay, there should be two sets here. Got it? Yep, okay.
And then down?
Sure, we can do it that way. That's perfect. Okay. So the first set of stickers that I've provided you with are words that you could or not use to describe the experience. So if you think about how you want your ideal account opening experience to be, how would you describe it? And you can do this any way you want. So if these experience words map to specific activities that you have detailed up here in the current experience or in your homework, that's great. Feel free to put them in that order. If they don't, that's okay too. The second set of words that I've provided you with...
About red or blue?
So blue is words that describe the experience.
Is this first or second?
However you want to do it.
Well, you said you gave this the first set and the second set.
So, okay, we'll go with blue first. You can do describe the experience first, and then given the experience that you have, how do you want to feel throughout?
I'm asking which is the first set and which is the second set versus color.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yep. That's entirely up to you. Whatever is easier for you to build on. So if it's easier to describe the experience first, start with blue. If it's easier to think through kind of how you want to feel through the process, start with that salmony pink. But it's really up to you. You still have your activity list, so if you want to take a look at those and use them to guide you, you're welcome to do so. If not, you don't have to do this. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to sort of get started on that. Put the stickers on the canvas where you think they should go, and I'll check back in a couple of minutes and we can talk about what's next.
So this is how we felt or how we would rather?
This is how...
Ghosted in the top left corner.
Yeah, sorry about that. When we printed these, they were a little... Yeah, so...
It needs to be, and I want to...
Yeah,
This is what we want.
So this is what you want. This is how you want the experience to be and how you want to feel at each point. Yep. Absolutely. Thank you. that we've started to think about how we want the experience to be and how you want to feel throughout, I've got another wrench to throw at you. So as you start thinking about how you want the experience to be and how you want to feel along the way, I'd like you to start thinking about how you could do that. So I've got 2 more sets of stickers for you. Like I said, it's crap time in here. And the first is a list of words, and these can go in any order. You can do any and all first at the same time, second, whatever. But so the first is a list of just maybe activities that could happen, some of the how to get some of these. Use as many or as few as you would like. It's really about what you want to see, what you want to know, what you want to do. The second is a list of images, and these are to some degree open to your interpretation. These are just other ways that you might be able to create this ideal experience that I'm kind of asking you to think about now. So go ahead and take these, do the same thing that you would have done with the first couple of sets of stickers. Thank you for being the passer-outer. And go ahead, put those along the account opening experience where you think they should go, based on what you're trying to do, when and how you want to do it. I'll give you a few more minutes for that, and then we'll regroup. I know those are super thick pages. I got confused.